Are you scared for your girl because she's coming late from work or maybe school? Maybe she's going out to bars with her friends, or she's already meeting some strange people and she still won't carry the pepper spray and she definitely won't take any self-defense course? Well, if you want to persuade her, definitely watch this video. So the first argument is, it cannot happen to me because I'm not walking through dark parks. Which is good, but that is not happening in dark parks. Rapes are not happening there. This is just a myth that we took from the films because it's always like that in the films. But in real life, rapes are happening in different places. We are talking about maybe schools, work, or even home, or even something like a parkways. Another one is, it cannot happen to me because I live in the most safe street or in the most safe city. But statistic again says something completely different. It says about 20% of the females in Europe have been already attempted to get raped or have been raped. And the statistic says it doesn't matter where you are, it happens basically everywhere. Another one is, it cannot happen to me because I do not dress provokingly. Which doesn't matter in this case, not at all. It's something that you heard, but it's not true. The attacker doesn't care if your shorts are this long or you have jeans. What is he actually looking at is your confidence, your attitude, and do you actually look like a victim? The attacker doesn't want short or long jeans. What he is looking at is, are you going to scream? Are you going to be a victim? Or are you going to be hard to actually rape? And one you may heard is, it cannot happen to me because I am way too old or way too young. But if we go to the statistic once again, like every single argument, this is just basically not true. Even here when we are talking about in Europe, in Czech Republic, which is like one of the most safest places, still you will meet a 10-year-old girl being raped or that she has been raped. And we are talking about one of the most safest places.
And horrible is, it was in the school, yeah? And there's a lot of peaks by the statistics, and we can say something like, okay, first peak is about 12 of years, 15 of years, 21, long way, nothing, and now 50 or older. This is the age where probably you will be raped much more often than in the other ages.
Another one that you may heard is, or that many girls believe, is I will not go to self-defense classes because it will attract the problems to me. If reality worked like that, why are we not all millionaires? Because I think many people thought I'm going to be a millionaire and it didn't happen. Which is the exact same thing here. Like the thing of you going to self-defense courses and that you think that right now because you took a course, now the men are going to start to rape you or kidnap you, is just not true. The other way around, the truth is that people or girls after courses, they don't attract the problems more, but they are able to detect the problem sooner because they have been on a course, they know how the situation may look like, and they are actually be able to prevent the situation way more. If we want an example, it's about if I took a course for defense driving, it will show me and teach me how to spot a dangerous driver. That doesn't mean that all of a sudden everyone's a dangerous driver, but it means I can very quicker see that the driver is just dangerous, I'm not going to go behind him. The same goes for girls in self-defense. Another argument is I will not fight back because this will only make him angrier. Which is completely stupid because at that point you are the victim there and the person who's going to say when it stops, it's him. You have no control in it because you are solely the victim. So it's up to him if he's going to murder you, rape you, or end your child, or for the next 20 years he's going to take you and leave you in his cellar chained up. Similar one is that I'm not going to fight back because by the time passing he's just going to get bored and he's going to leave the situation. If we want to say it in another sentence, it will be something like, I'm going to let him rape me because if I will not fight back, he will not punch me. So in that sentence, I do not need any self-defense training because he will not start punching me because I'm just letting him. But why would he stop if you are not giving him any reason to stop? You are not fighting back. You need to switch it completely differently. I need to be able to fight in this situation because I'm not just going to let him rape me or even worse, rape my child. I need to be able to fight back or even just my friend. You don't want him to take control over your life. It's your life, you need to be able to control it and you need to be able to flip the switch into the tigress that if someone's attacking my kid, I'm just going to fight back and it's over for him. Another argument is typically is in the beginning, I'm not going to scream because I don't want the people to think that I'm crazy. which just makes sense because you never went on a course when they teach you how to scream, what to scream, and what to actually do in that situation. You are just giving him what he wants because he actually wants to find someone who will, if I try to harass her, she's not going to scream, she's not going to really fight back, that's an easy victim for me. But if you, on the other hand, start screaming, start making some noises, he will try to find then an easier victim because there are many out there. He doesn't always need to pick you. If you show that you are not a victim and you are ready to fight back, he will probably change his mind. This is how predators work. Another one that you hear very commonly is, I don't need self-defense training because I can tell who is the attacker. So if I would ask you, how does the attacker look? You would probably say, he's gross, he smells, and he's very ugly. So what you are basically saying is that this is the only way how the attacker looks, which again, by statistics, it's definitely not true. That's the same way if you would be saying only this type of people, basically homeless person, are always stealing, they are the ones always attacking and starting fights, which is just definitely not true. Why we said the statistic? Because 70% of those times, it's definitely the other way around. It's mostly someone that you know. So it's something like a boss, co-worker, stepfather, all the way to a classmate. And if we are talking about, for example, bars, there's a charming guy, he's been talking to me the whole evening, he's been nice, he looks very charismatic and sexy, and he's so good that he wants to take me home because he doesn't want anything to happen to me. And when we are crossing that park, that's when he actually turns on, and now he's the rapist, which you haven't had any idea it could be him. Another one is, I'm not going to go to self-defense classes because I don't want to fight, which is an interesting point of view on life. But if we really think about good self-defense, it will basically teach you not only the technique, how to fight, it will actually teach you the tactics of the whole situation, how to see the situation, how to actually talk with the attacker so he doesn't attack me. So it gives you prevention techniques, all the way to, if I have to fight, what is the most effective way to fight? On the other way, it works completely oppositely, because if we are talking about a girl who went through self-defense classes and she's gaining the confidence, because it will give you, because if you know how to actually be assertive, how to be in that situation, that's what a good self-defense is going to teach you. And if you are confident, you are assertive, and if you are assertive, there's a good possibility you have good leadership. And what does leadership means is that you are going to be successful probably in real life. So even in that case, it helps you not even on the self-defense level, but in the personal life level.
How to take control of your life. This is the point.
Maybe you heard this one. If he's too big, I don't stand a chance at all. Which is just completely not true. It doesn't matter how many tattoos, how many muscles, how big, how tough you are. If the girl takes her finger and takes it into your eyes, you're probably done. The same goes if she takes a hammer and she whacks him or you across the head, you will still go down, no matter how many muscles do you have. Which is all about your mentality as well, because you cannot have mentality of, oh, he's too big, so I stand no chance. Because you need to be able to have the mentality to protect yourself, your family, your friends, whoever you are with. Because if you have the mentality of a quitter, he's too big, I have no chance, how are you going to exactly save your kid? And the last one is, I'm going to evade the situation by just completely ignoring the person. Great, because I'm just above it and I'm going to ignore him, I'm just going to straight through walk away from him. Which, if you think about reality of the concept that it's happening very close, how are you just going to pass through him? Or, okay, let's say you are above it and you want to leave. How are you going to ignore the person when he's already grabbing your hair, when he already pulled you on the ground, or when he's taking you to the van? Are you still above it all and you can still ignore him? So this has been the most common 10 arguments that girls are using, but we definitely cannot take away from you these bonus ones that we are going to tell you right now. I would sentences. So I would just run away. I would just kick him in the balls and it's over. Or I would just use my pepper spray and he would be done. Or I would just hit him with my purse because that's going to stop the fight completely. And many, many more I would. And those are I would without training are completely useless because those are again the thoughts that they have from the films. It's exactly the same as I would be saying I would just drive the car, but I have never actually sat in a car before. If you want to go one by one, if we are talking about the only I would just run. How are you exactly going to run in a situation when he's already grabbing your hair, already pulling you, or already took you to the ground? You would already have to see the situation way ahead and be able to recognize this is bad, I should probably just run away. But without self-defense training, how? If we go over the one, I would just kick him in the balls and they would end the fight. That's just another one from the films. He is watching the same movies as you, so he's expecting the knee to the balls all the way to, in reality, It's not that effective if you really want not to believe, because it has to take the person down. Peter has done multiple simulations and training with women that have basically need him so badly that you even piss blood after a training. And you know what happened in the model situation or in the training? It didn't paralyze him, just made him angrier, which is exactly what's going to happen in the real life. Not even saying that if you are kicking him to the balls, you are only standing on one leg. So how good is going to be your balance? How are you going to kick him when he's lifting you up and carrying you somewhere? In all those situations, how exactly are you kicking the balls? For example, I would stamp on his foot because I have high heels, which in the whole concept doesn't make any sense. So you're having high heels and you just want to lift your leg up and stand on one foot. Like, how good is your balance? Because not much. All the way to in the real situation, it's dynamic, it's fast, and you are surprised. So where exactly are you doing it? And you don't want to give him the chance of one leg balance and he takes you down, because he's going to be way stronger there and he's going to be on top of you, which is exactly what you don't want. And if you really don't believe it, instructors have been already running with high heels, which may look funny, but they weren't able to run either way. But it's definitely something that should not end up on the internet. You definitely heard I will hit him with a purse, which is great if you have something like a brick in there. Then it's going to work. If you are not carrying a brick in your purse, it just doesn't do anything. The same goes, you don't know how to hit with it if you have to, and it doesn't do much. It doesn't do anything. It's the same if I would grab the pillow and start hitting the attacker. Like, is he going to have a reason to stop? He won't. To all the men they are watching and they want to use this video to persuade their girlfriends to take the self-defense course, from Peter's experience, arguments are still not going to be much to help here. What you should definitely try and do if you want to take your girlfriend to self-defense classes should be something like, put her in a scenario like, okay, but if you don't want to take self-defense classes, fine, but what if someone is taking away your child, kicking your child, or just kicking your friend, or just harassing your old parents that you care about? Okay, so I'm a person and now I'm kicking to your child. What are you going to do now in this situation? Okay, so that's a very good sentence that may strike the nerve of, I actually want to defend my child, so maybe the self-defense is the solution to this problem. All the way to the second point, which is, if you are going to be able to explain it, is my mostly culture, but what you can definitely say, if so, that it helps with confidence, because it does. And a woman with a confidence that is training and she's capable by herself will definitely be way more successful in life. She will have it, we can say, easier because she's going to be confident. And if she starts training regularly, which will only help her in personal life. So even with that, the self-defense can be to very good use. Now it would be up to you to share this video with as many people as you can, even if we are saying only the men and the ones that are caring about their girlfriends, their family, and they will get those information to them, because you don't even know how many girls believe about the films, I would just do this, or I'm going to aerobic, or I'm doing the Zumba kickboxing, and that's what's going to save me in real life. You can be the contributor to saving a life even by just sharing a video. It's one click and it can save lives. That's why we need this information to get to as many girls or men as possible. So we can start, and you can start saving lives as well. Thank you for watching the video. Either way, like the video if you really did enjoy. Write us in the comments what are myths that you saw or heard. There's definitely way more of them than just 10 or 13 or 15. There's multiple of them. And definitely subscribe to see more videos like this. We are looking forward to seeing you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.